future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Janelle, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet,
and real extra ratchet, raunchy.
Let it be everywhere, like.
What we got coming up? Other shops is upstairs, so we out here by our houses, man. This nigga got hit a wall off the set. We leave that up to Vito.
They gon' wonder how we still here, still on top. We used to build here, top 5, punching the clock. Running the field here, feels good coming around. After they hated, but now we run the town till we stuck in a wheelchair. We all share visions of hope and tell stories with dreams. We get the mixing like we giving you dope. And now we in position weekly, all access, extremities, ENT playing on our axis. Politics, top 40, building community from the X, applying that pressure, promoting unity, royalty, education, love and support, dope music, enough to feed souls, food for the thought. This type of loyalty cannot be brought from a city where being real just cannot be taught. Listen in and you just might learn with Mr. You Already Know. Welcome to the return.
No pasa yo nada. No sé qué va a pasar. Nada va a pasar. Los biles se están aumentando y yo los tengo que pagar. Eso es problema. Te me apareces con el pelo largo y la carita estirada. Hasta tus senos están aumentando. Ay, papá. Y yo no he visto por detrás. Tú te lo pierdes. Solo dices, papi. El pelo, papi. El tocador, papi. La gasolina, ay, papi. Dale, mi amor. Papi. Las uñas largas, papi. Vamos pa'l mall, papi. Pa' la bendita, ay, papi. La Luis y papi, y yo no sé qué hacer. Yo no sé dónde meterme ya. Porque te voy a dar pabile, mamá, pabile, pero con cabeza y con destreza.
Oye, Ale, ¿tú pensaste que cuando me invitaste a esta canción te iba a salir de gratis? Tú estás loco.
Es que tú quieres que se lo come el humano, no quieres dejarle nada a los gusanos, mamá.
cosa loca. Ahora viene Janet, no te imaginas, papi, cuál es el proceso. Es que tú quieres comerte todo esto. Este cuerpecito que me dieron mis padres no es para eso, te lo confieso. Yo te voy a explicar muy bien qué es lo que pasa. Tú quieres que yo te dé todo esto gratis. Párate en la puerta y espera que yo saque la basura de mi casa.
Pabile. El doctor me dijo no la mande pa' acá que no aguanta una cirugía más. Desde Cuba hasta Puerto Rico todas son igual, pidiendo y pidiendo más. Oye, malo rosado, y no me hables de Miami. Cuando se enteran que tienes plata, lo que te cae es un tsunami. Coge.
Ay, papi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Extremities ENT show on iAccess Radio. I'm your host, DAVON Franklin, with Jamie Sanders. Jose Rivera will be with us very shortly. Right now, we're about to get into the health and wealth segment right here with Jamie Sanders. So, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's up, family?
Chilling, man.
Everything good. Everything good. It's good to see you, brother. It's good to be here with you, brother.
Likewise.
And with the rest of the family as well. Yeah,
Yes,
no
sir.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Yes, sir.
We got some jewels today, but before we jump into the information, we want to put our little disclosure out there. Of course, we are not medical professionals. This information is for informational purposes only, to help you along your journey, give you little tidbits to, improve your health, help, we know there's a lot of, things that we're up against when it relates to our health. They're putting all kind of toxins in the food and the air. So, we come on here weekly just to help you out with the process, as far as getting healthy and well,
Yes,
So we're going to jump right into this conversation. And today we're going to talk about kidney disease and kidney failure. So, and basically, let me just start by, just really highlighting the importance of a healthy kidney function. The kidneys are so important because what they are is a filter for our body, and they help our body excrete certain fluids, salts, and other buildups that actually build up in our body through our daily habits, and they also filter the blood. So just from that information, you can really get an understanding of how important healthy kidney function is. So and what we want to do is we want to just give you some information of how to identify signs of kidney failure or kidney challenges, that your kidneys are experiencing some type of challenges, because a lot of times we take it for granted that we have pains or we just have skin eruptions, but we don't realize that a lot of this stuff can be deriving from dysfunction within our kidneys. So one of the signs that you want to look at or identify with is drying of the skin. Like if you have constant, extreme, and excessive dry skin, and then sometimes people get like a roughing and a scaling on their skin, and they'll build like layers of dead skin. Those are signs of potential kidney problems. And then you get a lot of scratching and itching. So you want to really pay attention, even though those may seem like really subtle they may seem like subtle symptoms that you may just kind of dismiss and say, well, listen, this is just I got dry skin, let me get some lotion, let me just drink a little bit more water. You want to really pay attention to little subtle things like that, and then also sometimes you'll get a discoloration in the skin, and for people that have more melanin, it's a little bit hard to identify with the discoloring, but you want to, if you see that your skin is not in its natural state, you want to pay attention to things like that. When your skin is getting pale or grayish kind of complexion, these are potential signs of kidney challenges, or that you may be approaching a situation of kidney failure. So you really want to stay on top of this, and another symptom that you want to look at, sometimes we get skin eruptions, and a lot of times you may think that, well, this is just a pimple. We got some toxins. Let me just do a cleanse. And cleansing is always advisable. It's always advisable because it's always going to help you. But a lot of times it's caused by calcium deposits, and these calcium deposits can build up on your joints. And, and a lot of times, again, it can be subtle and, you may not really be able to identify it. You may just say, oh, my joints are sore. But, a lot of times this could be deriving from calcium buildup on the joints. And a lot of times it's not that painful, when it occurs on the joints, but they can also occur on areas like the fingertips, and when you get these skin eruptions on the fingertips, they can be particularly painful. So, you want to do everything you can to avoid these type of situations. And like I said, you want to definitely pay attention to, your kidneys and do what you can to stay on top of that, and then even sometimes the skin eruptions can, be so, irritating, what I'm saying? You start scratching them and then it can lead to lesions, opening, your skin could break, and, and like, again, what I'm saying? And this can lead to other problems because you're just really opening your body up to all types of bacteria and infections, so when you start experiencing these things, you really want to pay attention to discoloration in your nails. Sometimes you'll get lines in your nails, rows of lines, or you get extreme whitening in your nails at the cuticle area and at the tips of your nails. These are all symptoms of potential kidney failure or kidney challenges. So you like I said, you really want to pay attention to these little, and these, and the thing, it gets tricky because, there's a lot of different sicknesses or challenges within the body that, that can potentially cause these things. So if you're experiencing these type of symptoms, you definitely want to say, at least have a thought that this could potentially be deriving from kidney challenges. So let me really pay attention. Another symptom could be extreme swelling, and the swelling could occur in your feet. A lot of people have swelling in their feet, in their legs, and then also in your hands and your arm areas. These could be, again, symptoms or challenges that are deriving from, issues with your kidneys. Kidneys are not working properly, and the swelling can also occur in your face. So if you get puffiness in your face and your eyes are particularly swelling and they're not going down, and again, you can be, you can say, well, I haven't been getting rest, you know what I mean? So, but if you know that you've been getting your proper rest and this is most likely not the cause, it could potentially be something that's deriving from challenges with your kidney. Also, the swelling could occur in your abdomen area. Now, these are, more advanced stages, in your lower abdomen, you can, get like a growth, can almost like a cyst, and it can be smaller or it could be larger. So, any abnormalities that you may find in your body, because your body more than anybody. And I always tell people we are our own best, doctor or, examiner. You know what your norm is. And when you feel your body's getting a little bit out of whack, you got growths, in different areas of your body, you got skin eruptions, you really, really, really want to take the time, pay attention, and, and start taking certain precautions to offset, what could potentially be kidney, some symptoms that are, or situations that are leading up to kidney disease or kidney failure. And we'll get into, some solutions a little bit later. So we just want to keep progressing through some of the symptoms because I just want to give everybody the full scope of, things that we should look out for. Another symptom is severe pain in your lower back and your hip area. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's sciatic nerve. I have a sciatic nerve, which the symptoms are very, very, very similar, but this is also a sign that your kidneys, around your love handle area. And then, like I said, it can generate down your leg. These are symptoms or signs that you can be having challenges with your kidneys. So don't, just dismiss it. Don't go out and just grab the Percocets and painkillers and anti-inflammatories and muscle relaxers. Really pay attention to your body, what I'm saying, and just try to take the healthiest route, because no matter what it is, if you start, taking steps, on a healthy track, like, eating healthy foods, changing your diets, making these adjustments, it's going to be, holistically or overall beneficial to whatever internal challenges that you're having. So, like I said, you really want to pay attention to that lower back pain, that hip pain. A lot of people experience this. You hear people talk about it all the time. I got, sciatic symptoms, and, and you'll be surprised. Most medical practitioners are not really, astute or trained in these areas. So they're going to automatically prescribe you, over-the-counter medicine or, pharmaceutical, they're going to prescribe you some chemical-based medicine. And that could lead to additional challenges with your kidney, because just remember, your kidney has to filter this stuff out. So, you want to, help your kidney, help your body as much as you can. So definitely want to pay attention to those, lower back pains and, hip pains and things like that. Also, another sign, and it's more prominent or visible with men, but if you're having issues urinating, your urine flow is not consistent. You feel like it's trickling, and you feel like you can't really empty your bladder. A lot of times, again, these are signs of potential kidney challenges. And the flip side of that is, if you're urinating too much, that could also be a sign that you're having kidney challenges, because your kidney is not able to retain the water. So it's constantly, releasing water. So, you want to look at both sides. If you want to have a normal urine flow, you want to make sure that, you're urinating, and when you urinate, it's a consistent stream. And then also, you want to make sure you're not urinating too much, like getting up in the middle of the night 3 times a night. Yeah, we can, one time a night, that can happen. But, if you're constantly getting up, you definitely want to, really pay attention and look at the prospect of this may be coming from some issues with my kidney. And then another thing with urine, if you're urinating and you see that it's a lot of foam in your urine, this could be, another sign that, you're, because a lot of times, we urinate and, it's, a little foam is normal, but you want to really pay attention to anything that's excessive. So, like I said, you want to make sure you got a nice, strong stream, and you want to make sure that you're not urinating too much, So, definitely want to pay attention to, our body secretions and things like that when it relates to our urination. Also, a lot of times we can feel a lot of fatigue in our body. Our fatigue, again, let's just go back to the fact that, your kidneys, one of the key responsibilities, or one of the key functions is to cleanse, your body, cleanse your blood. So, when you're feeling a lot of fatigue, a lot of times this could be symptoms of issues with your kidneys, a metallic taste in your mouth. Sometimes you may have like a metal metallic taste in your mouth. Again, it's affecting the enzyme. So, this is something you want to pay attention to. You're losing your diet, you're losing your appetite, and, you're finding it difficult to eat. These are things that, these are signs that will potentially indicate that, listen, let me take a look at my kidney. Let me slow this down a little bit. Let me take some precautions, because it's not going to hurt you to just jump in and do something healthy, just to, even if you think that it might be something deriving from your kidney, even if it's not your kidney, again, it's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you, so you definitely want to pay attention to these things. And if, you're feeling, any of these challenges, you want to, jump in there, you want to start, getting on some type of regimen to, cleanse out your system to help your kidneys out so that way they can get back to their norm, Also, and let me just point out that the foaming, in your urine is derived from excessive proteins in your body, and your body is excreting these proteins. So, and this is where the excessive foam derives from. So again, you want to pay attention, and these are, signs, things that, you could just pay attention on a daily basis to monitor your body, to make sure everything is, on its normal function, nausea and vomiting, that could be another symptom of, issues with your kidneys. And so you definitely want to, really stay in tune with it, because, also when you have issues with your kidneys, it can actually lead to high blood pressure. Like we had a conversation about that a couple of weeks ago, hypertension, so, you can see how when your kidneys are not functioning properly, how it can lead to other challenges. Now, you may ask, well, how does this happen? Like, how do I have issues with my kidneys, right? So, but the most common, reasons why you have kidney issues are like, if you're taking a lot of medications, you're taking medication for, a lot of different things, different other sicknesses that you may have. Again, even if you're taking over-the-counter medication, for headaches and pain and, different things, people take medication for, me personally, I don't take any over-the-counter medication. Everything I take is natural completely. I'm not on any, prescribed medicines from my doctor. Every time I go to my doctor, he just asks me, what are you doing? You know what I mean? He's like, yo, can I get some of your blood? I'm like, no. Only for the test, you know what I mean? But it's very important to, not just, when the doctor says take this, take that, listen to your body first. You got to understand that, the medical practice is a business, you know what I'm saying? And they get paid for prescribing medications. So you want to listen to your body. And then, like I said, you want to take it easy on your kidneys, because ultimately your kidneys has to filter this stuff out. So, you really want to definitely take care of your kidneys, very, very important. Another, cause of kidney issues or kidney failure could be diabetes, cancer, HIV, or high blood pressure. If you have hypertension, it can actually lead to kidney issues. You know what I mean? So, you can have kidney issues that lead to hypertension, and you can have hypertension that lead to kidney issues. So, again, really want to stay on top of our, our blood levels, and, making sure that, our blood is circulating, that we have, even like any signs of hypertension in check. We really want to stay on top of these things, and these are some of the most common. So a lot of this stuff is really deriving from diets, you eating excessive meats and starches, and, drinking sodas and eating fast food. Again, our food is our best medicine. So we want to make sure that we, as much as we can, I always tell people, don't be too hard on yourself, because again, you don't want to cause stress, right? So, just take it easy on yourself, do your best, you know what I mean, to, just keep a balanced diet as much as possible, because it will be beneficial in a lot of different ways. Not just for your kidneys, but a lot of other aspects of your healthy journey, or your journey back to health, So, you definitely want to pay attention to your diet, if you're experiencing, and we've had a lot of conversations, and it seems like this is something that's the norm, diet. So it always goes back to our diet, what we're putting into our temple. So we want to definitely be mindful of the things that we intake on a regular basis. Now, we spoke about, some of the symptoms and some of the things you want to look out for, and how to identify that you could potentially be having challenges with your kidneys. We spoke about, some of the things that lead to these challenges. Now we just going to drop a little jewel on some things that could potentially help you. And in most cases, they will be helpful. You may have to, take some things out, add some things in, but for the most part, we're going to give you a couple of jewels, and this should help you bring balance, bring you back to a healthy kidney function and healthy kidney balance. The first thing is, berries, blueberries, cranberries. So you want to get as many berries in your system as possible. I put them in all of my smoothies, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, I freeze them and I put them in my smoothies. So, berries is something that are very helpful with, really activating your natural defenses. So you want to, consume as many berries as possible, even strawberries, which are also very high in vitamin C. Parsley tea, drinking parsley tea can be very helpful, helps inflammation, can definitely be very helpful when it relates to helping your kidney and reduce any swelling in the kidney areas. Asparagus, asparagus and also other leafy green vegetables. But, these are just some of my favorites, but, you can experiment, but, these are, some items that are pretty much proven and time tested. A lot of people have experienced a lot of great results. So I would definitely recommend them. Dandelion greens, something that most people like, oh, those are kind of bitter, you know what I mean? But dandelion greens are very helpful in cleansing your body, helping your body's natural defenses. So when you can find them, you want to, because my mother used to eat dandelion greens all the time. I'm like, Mom, I'm not eating that, you know what I mean? They're bitter, but not realizing how good they are for you, and she used to tell me how they used to go out into the garden, and her mother used to pick them out the garden, wild, because dandelions, yes, the dandelions that you see growing out, and they tell you that they're weeds, and they tell you to cut them out of your yard. If you let them grow, they grow. The vegetation, outside of the flower, the leafy greens, are very good. Very good to include into your diet. Very healthy green to start ingesting. So definitely, like I said, the dandelion greens will be definitely very, very helpful when it relates to assisting your kidneys. Okay. Now, a little mixture that you can make up, again, we have if you have a blender, you can either blend it, or if you have a juicer. If you blend it, you just have to blend all the ingredients, and then you have to run it through a strainer. You squeeze the juices after you blend everything, you put it into a strainer, you squeeze the juices into a jar, or if you have a juice extractor, you can just, rock with that. You could throw them right into the extractor, and this will extract all the juice. And then, of course, you'll have the pulp on the side. But a nice mixture that will really is, very powerful mixture that will help your kidneys is beets. Take a couple of beets, and you cut those up. You take a generous portion of ginger, and you take lemon, and you like I said, you put it into your blender, or you put it into your juice extractor, and you drink this juice on a daily basis. But just like with any other cleansing, you don't want to cleanse indefinitely. You want to take this cleansing juice for maybe a week, take a break, and then give your body a break. What I'm saying? Make sure you're taking a lot of water, alkaline water, as we always stress. Make sure that you like I said, because that again could put a lot of strain on your kidneys. So you want to just do everything in moderation. Also, you could put together a nice tea. Again, we spoke about cloves in previous conversation. Cloves are a powerhouse. Always want to if you can make a powerful tea, add some cloves in there. It's going to help you in a lot of different ways, in addition to helping your kidneys. So the tea that you want to make would include cloves, ginger, beets, red onions, garlic, turmeric, and lemon. So again, I'm gonna repeat those ingredients again, but and basically, like I said, each one of them, has its own benefits individually, but when you add these ingredients together, they're very, very beneficial. They're like a powerhouse, help your body just really bring some balance, really get a good cleanse going on. And again, those items are cloves, and we showed you some pictures of cloves previously, ginger, beets, red onions, garlic, turmeric, and lemon or lime. You can interchange the lemon or lime, or if you want to get creative, you can add a little bit of both. But if you mix that and make it into a nice tea, again, you don't want to cook the ingredients. You just want to pretty much heat them. Once the water, you bring it to a little simmer, and then after it comes to a simmer, you turn off the heat. You cover it so that it can steep. It can extract all the nutrients, all the benefits, all the medicine, out of the ingredients, and then you can drink this tea. And this is a tea that you should drink on a regular basis. And like I expressed with the juice, you drink it for about a week. The tea is a little lighter than the juice, so you can drink the tea week, 2 weeks straight, and because it's not going to be as stringent as the juice. But again, you want to give your body a break in between after the 2-week cycle. Take a break off. Take a break from the tea, and of course, there's other teas that you can pick up on, just to just kind of diversify what you're putting into your body. And but you can also make a paste. You can because a lot of times our schedules are very busy. So we always, we're on the run and we're doing a lot of things. So, and I know how it can get very hectic. So we need like a quick fix, right? So, you can make a paste. Again, you can, get about 6 garlic cloves, a large, sizable piece of ginger, a nice large portion of turmeric, lemons or limes, and, you can just, you can peel them and then, just use the pulp, in this particular mixture. And then also you can add a little orange peel, or you can put the whole orange in. And then you can add a pinch of cayenne. The cayenne is going to help activate the mixture, particularly the turmeric. So you put a little pinch of cayenne in the mixture, and that will help, really give it a nice boost. And then also you can put a pinch of cinnamon in there. Not a lot of cinnamon, just a little pinch. And some people like to put a little sweetener. So if you want to put a little honey in it, just like with the tea, because this is actually going to be used to make a tea. So what you're going to do is you take after you blend this mixture, you put it into a jar, like a canning jar, something that you can keep in a refrigerator. And this keeps for several weeks, and you just take a teaspoonful, a nice heaping teaspoon, and you take some boiling water, you put the teaspoon in a cup, you put the boiling water in there with the teaspoon, and there you go. You got you a nice healthy tea, what I'm saying? And you can take this, and this is something you can even take to work, so while you're out and about, as long as you can get yourself some hot water in a cup, you can make this tea while you're outside. So, and these are just a couple of jewels that help assist you, on your journey to good health. Definitely help cleanse the kidney and bring, the kidney back to normal functionality. Very important, like I said, to stay on top of your kidneys, because your kidneys are your cleanser. They're your filter for your body. They filter your blood, and they filter a lot of elements, in your body to help, excrete, excessive water, so you don't get all of the swelling. So it's very important to have healthy kidney function. So that's it, brothers and sisters. That's it, family. That's it for the week. That's our jewel. Just wanted to drop that on you, help you out. Like I said, you really want to pay attention to your body, and if you're not sure, always, visit your medical practitioner, help them, have them do a little screen, see what's going on down there. The more information you have, the better off you are. But just remember, you're always your own best doctor. So that's it. That's it for the week.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I hope it's useful.
No, actually, it is pretty useful because a lot of the examples that you showed is actually true and correct. One of the early signs of it, as being someone who actually went through that process myself, is the swelling of the lower limbs. Your lower back begins to hurt, as well as foamy urine. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the urine because that's one of the clear indicators. It was, and for me, fortunately for me, I was able to get a diagnosis because I was processing out of the service at the time that it was discovered. So, and it was due to what you said, the protein in the urine and the blood that was in the urine that was shown through the foam, you know what I'm saying, that made them went through the biopsy and the test. So, definitely great information. Appreciate you, Jamie Sanders, for that segment. And we're gonna start this segment off with our picks with a beautiful song by young lady Cherie D Smoke. The song's called Candlelight on X-Tremitiez ENT show on IXS Radio. Let's go.
You got my mind. Call me baby one more time. It's something like a medicine. You lost my time. Got me right where you want me. Right where you want me. It's not that I don't want you, it's just that I don't need you. If it's temporary, I'm all up for everything. It's all one conversation and the whole world's spinning now, and we gon' get it right. Under the candlelight, oh, even if there's nothing to do, I just wanna be next to you. I just wanna be next to you. Oh, there's that yeah, always keeps me in the mood. I just wanna be next to you. I just wanna be next to you. You stole my heart. Signed your name on every page. Graffiti artist with a metal can. I should have you arrested, criminal. With no permission, you picked up on my subliminals and made a move like you were supposed to do. Now it's me and you, it's me and you. Still not quite sure what brought you in, but now that I got you, I'm gonna make it me. You better believe me. You hear me? It's one conversation and the whole world spinning now, and we about to get it right under the candlelight. Even if there's nothing to do, I just wanna be next to you. I just wanna be next to you. Always keeps me in the mood. I just wanna be next to you. I just wanna be next to you.
So, hey, once upon a time in this cold world, a nigga fell in love with this cold girl. Well, looking for the one, I was smooth like pearl. Nowadays I beat that drum like the blue crew. Listen, once upon a time on the full moon, cows were mooing, I was dog with the wolf. Now I'm lying, but they kinda tell the truth. And it's all because I got right next to you. Once upon a time in this cold Nigga fell in love with this cool. Girl, was looking for the one I was smooth like. Girl, nowadays I beat that drum like the blue. Once upon a time, I was born, I was out with the wolf. Now I'm lying, but they're trying to tell the truth. And it's all because I know you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was Cherie featuring D Smoke with Candlelight on Extremities ENT show, iAccess Radio. Right now, we're about to get into this next record, Stokely, featuring Snoop Dogg, Verbalize, Jeopardy on Extremities ENT.
You know, baby, I can't understand why you can't express what's on that big, beautiful brain of yours. Check it out. You know what? I need you to verbalize, my baby.
I know you got a lot of buttons. Sometimes I just don't know which ones to push. Been said ladies are like an oven, so it may take a little longer than it could. A man just wants to get to eating. See, all he needs is just to sprinkle the seasoning. And what we talking about for drinking? The right amount of fat around the meat. Let's go. What can I do to make it faster? So I better understand the pain in you. I ain't got that kind of apparatus that makes everything I'm looking at see through. Throwing clues way off my range won't make it better. All these games will just delay us and upset us. Spell it out for me. Oh, you know I just can't read your mind. Why you man, use your words. You see how hard I'm trying to ride this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, just verbalize. I'll take what's on this mind of yours. From the thousand stacks, I bet on that. You need to make it clear for sure. Why this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, verbalize my baby. I feel you caught me on the low. You say you're good, but you're really boiling inside. I'm still coming through with positive vibes though. But you always find a way to say you're dissatisfied. Sometimes you speak another language. Oh, yeah, it's English, but still foreign to me. So if we're going through the same shit, to say I should know gives me no clarity. Let's go. What can I do to make it faster? So I better understand the pain in you. I ain't got that kind of apparatus that makes everything I'm looking at see through. Throwing clues way out my range won't make it better. All these games will just delay us and upset us. Spell it out for me. I just can't read your mind. When you're ready, use your words. You see how hard I'm trying to ride this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, just verbalize. I'll take what's on this mind of yours. From the thousand stacks, I bet on that. You need to make it clear for sure. Why this game of Jeopardy tonight? Sweet baby, just verbalize. Do you remember? You see, I can recall when we used to have an issue, we would take our time. If I took a fall, you had such patience, you were gracious, baby, we had a ball. So can we get involved in that again? No, you just can't read your mind. You can't read it. Why you mad? Use your words. See how hard you try to ride this game of Jeopardy tonight. All this game, baby, just verbalize. All the on this mind of yours. For a thousand stacks, I bet on that. You need to make it clear for sure. Why this game of Jeopardy tonight?
Communication, baby.
What you gonna say?
You gotta say what's on your mind. I can't read your mind. You gotta say it. Look, talk to me. I talk back. You gonna say what you gonna say? What? Look, like I said, talk to me. I talk back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Verbalized by Stokely and Snoop Dogg on Extremities ENT show on Access Radio. The next song we getting into is Austin Gray Project, Sunshine Kisses. Let's go.
Sunshine kisses. Can't believe I'm standing here like the first time we met. Such a chemistry, you and me. Oh, forever. I love the way you touch me, and you know I love you to the end of time. Mesmerized by your kisses, sweet kisses, sunshine kisses. It touches my face, sunshine kisses. But tonight's gonna be amazing, sunshine kisses. Sunshine kisses, sunshine kisses, to moonlight wishes is what it's gonna be. Ooh, sunshine kisses, to moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses. You know what I love, baby, and you know it makes me smile. Yes, you do. Hold me tight, hold me close. Baby, I'm about to lose control. Feeling like you do, I can't contain myself. Once again, ooh, let's stop pretending and do what lovers do. Give me some of them sunshine that touches my face, sunshine kisses. But tonight's gonna be amazing, sunshine kisses. Sunshine kisses, sunshine kisses, to moonlight wishes is what it's gonna be. Ooh, sunshine kisses, to moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ooh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, ooh, it touches my face, sunshine kisses, give me some love. Tonight's gonna be amazing, sunshine kisses. Oh, sunshine kisses, sunshine kisses, to moonlight wishes, what it's gonna be. Ooh, sunshine kisses, to moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sweet sounds of Austin Gray Project, Sunshine Kisses on Extremities ENT show, High Access Radio. The next song that we're going to get into is Tessalene. Song is called Won't Be Your Fool by way of Platinum Delivery on Extremities ENT show. Let's go.
Ladies, you know, we all get only true love in our lifetime. I'm talking about our soulmate. Well, I just lost the one who I thought was my good man. I gave you all my love and you stole my heart away. right. And I was such a fool on standby, waiting for a change every day. Fool me once, fool me twice. One and other women plus me. Do your man, boy, do your man. You should never be free. I thought you loved me. I needed R-E-S-P-E-C-T all the time, boy. You couldn't even give me that. I just don't feel the same. I can't let you hurt me again. It's time to walk away. I don't feel the love anymore. Let me go fool again. I won't do it again. Just let it ride, yeah, let it ride. Because he's surely gonna miss his water. Because his well done went dry. I used to wash your clothes, and every load. I didn't wash your back, boy, because you couldn't reach that. Every morning I cook your grits, you're begging anyways, and later on the night for dessert, I even open up my legs. I thought you loved me. I need R-E-S-P-E-C-T all the time, boy. You couldn't even give me that. I just don't feel the same. I can't let you hurt me again. It's time to walk away. I don't feel the love anymore. Let me go fool again. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't let you hurt me. I just don't feel the same. No, can't let you hurt me again. It's time to walk away. I don't feel the love anymore. Let me go fool again. I won't do it no more. I just don't feel the same. I don't feel the same. Can't let you hurt me again. I won't let you. It's time to walk away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's Tessalene. Won't Be Your Fool on the Extremities ENT show on IXS Radio. Well, we're going to close this segment out by another platinum delivery exclusive. Tony Lindsay, Never. We're going to get to that joint right now on the Extremities ENT show on IXS Radio. Let's go.
Right from the start, you were looking out and taking care of me, baby. You stole my heart. Your personality makes it so easy. Yeah, I'm so thankful that I get to live and spend my life with you. Oh, girl, every day you bring the kind of love that keeps us fresh and new. And I won't let nothing get in our way and try to come between us. I said nothing, no.
'cause I'm never gonna give you up. Girl, I'm never gonna give you up. I said never, never. Love's light shining on the two of us. No, I'm never gonna give you up. I said never, 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 never. You never have to put me to a test, 'cause I'm as real can get. Oh, baby, you never have to worry about me playing around, 'cause with you I've settled down, and I refuse to let anything get in our way, 'cause nothing can be sweeter. I said nothing now, 'cause I'm never gonna give you up. Girl, I'm never gonna give you up. I said never, never. Love's light shining on the two of us. Oh yeah. No, I'm never gonna give you up. I said never, never, never. Oh, I'm never gonna give you up. Oh, no, no. Girl, I'm never gonna give you up, baby. I said never, never. Love's light shining on the two of us, baby. No, I'm never gonna give you up. I said never, 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 never.
It's your girl Musa, and gotta learn. And that L, sing you up to a B, blessing. Remember when I was frontin', like I wasn't stopping. I always had to be right when I really didn't know nothing. I always steady running, always steady coming, running from the truth. What's the use? It's really been on my mind, you really been on my mind. I told myself 1,000 times the detriment is only mine. I ain't gon' point one finger when there's three pointing back at you. What I am, by you. Said baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. When you go, man, you gotta stop fighting resistance. It's not in your concern how the blessings being given. Wake up, wake up, wake up, look at your decisions. Turn on your lights, now do your shadow work. Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Baby, don't you know, stop listening to so-and-so. Adding on advice to you when that advice ain't factual. Follow your heart, let you determine your being by simply being a creator and invest in your dreams. And say less, don't ever try to impress. When you a hoe, impress. You gotta understand your love and happiness resides inside of you. So what you wanna do? You wanna swing around and throw it though, or walk straight through that door? Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, past that test, past that test, past that test. Say baby, don't you run no more. You gotta stop running circles. You gotta run through that door, just pass that test.
Mi gente salsera de Nueva York, José Alberto el Canario, extendiéndole una invitación para mayo 13, sábado mayo 13, que estaré en Co-op City con toda mi orquesta. No te lo puedes perder. Mayo 13. Y estaré compartiendo escenario con Johnny Rodríguez y su orquesta. Anota la fecha. Mayo 13, Co-op City, Canario cantando y la gente gozando. ¡Allá!
That's right, world. Welcome back to the Extremities ENT podcast on our Access Radio. We are live worldwide. Davon Franklin,
Jose Rivera.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw the world famous El Canario. That's right. That man right there made so many salsa hits over decades. And yes, indeed, if you want to take your mom out, your wife, the mother of your child, and you want to possibly try to make another child, this is the event that you must go and see. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of Extremities ENT and Cana Salsa sponsorship. That's right, go up to Co-op City. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the day before Mother's Day. That's right. Take the opportunity to get there because tickets are $50 in advance. At the door, they will be $90. All right. When you get there, be sure to eat and be sure to enjoy the drinks. That's why you're paying that fee. And because it's a community event that my cousin, Cano Salsa, brings to the Bronx each and every year, as he does with Lehman College and other events, sponsored in part by Bronx, Lebanon, which is now known as Bronx Care, and Montefiore Events. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here producing and advertising Jose Canario. That's right, the legend himself. And there'll be other bands, as well as guest DJ Jose Calderon. If you are in the area and you love salsa music, it doesn't matter where you come from around the world. That type of music is universal because it makes you want to make babies, no matter what age you are. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, just go to the senior homes and you'll see as therapy, they have them dancing salsa. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy that for Mother's Day because the women do enjoy a day to be praised. Then moving on. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. World news, world news. I don't know if you saw it during the week, Davon, but guess who got in trouble? Your Holiness, the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama stuck his tongue out to a little boy and he said, "Bite my tongue." What a creep, huh? That's what everybody was saying. The great holy Dalai Lama, the man that continues to be reincarnated into another being that gets selected because they're supposed to be in tune with their spirituality through the universe and preach all this knowledge bestowed from ancient times. Well, all you're showing is pedophilia, my brother. I'm sorry to say, but what state of mind were you in? Or what demon took over your soul at that point that you thought it was okay to tell a little child to bite your tongue on a worldwide basis when you have a microphone attached to you?
Shit, even on a private basis, man. What the hell?
No, but I'm just saying, what frame of mind would just anyone do that, let alone, you know how I feel about, because I work with kids and I protect them. But just the fact that somebody that's supposed to be known as this universal Holy Spiritual Man, it just upsets me to think.
You know they got people and they're trying to normalize pedophilia anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's all just to, disguise and deter the mind of the real things that are going at hand. Like the third time that we spoke about the train derailment from the first time. And we gave it to them the second time. And there was a third time. And this time they told the residents, don't worry, you could drink and still live where you live. Are you nuts? Did you not just contaminate the entire Mississippi River going down through many states in the central part of America, ending up in New Orleans, into the Gulf of Mexico and all that? And you telling these people that are coming out with rashes and children that can't even leave their homes because they're looking just abnormal. It's to deter from all those things that are going on. And then they even put on theater by attempting to arrest someone who committed crimes over, I don't know, thousands of crimes, but they narrowed it down to 50 something and then eventually 30 something, which pleaded not guilty. And they didn't let him take a mugshot because of the position of power he stood in. Please, this is a man that did the same thing Ronald Reagan did. He used Hollywood to get his popularity by rubbing elbows with the rich and famous, and then turn on the rich and famous, and this is what happens to you. But then he was just recently chilling with Mike Tyson and UFC people right after being arraigned and fingerprinted and all. So come on, man. Listen. Don't be fooled, world. All right. Listen, the rest of the week, the temperature is going to continue to be bipolar. I'm telling you this because yesterday it was 78 degrees. Today, on my way down from Orange County, they said it was only going to be 70. I was driving down in 84-degree weather. And I went into a major traffic jam going on off the Palisades on 13 South into the Tappan Zee area, where the GPS has stated it was going to take me an hour and 15 minutes to get to my destination. I decided to get off and just take the rural roads, and I got to the Tappan Zee in 12 minutes. I was on the phone with Jamie Sanders on the way. And I said, Jay, it's like 5:55. It's the time for you to go. He was like, you all right? He said, I'm good to go. He says, get there safe. I said, you already know. Right. So, got here and on the way, spoke with Steve and, hollered at him. Steve is our guest coming up, and I ended up meeting up with him. And then, look, we ended up here in the grace of God because, I believe in a higher being that protects people who do good. And in this world that is so corrupted with so many things, from food being expensive, food that makes you ill, versus buying organic food that is healthy but is very expensive. Right. I live in a place now that people vacation on from spring to the fall, right? Okay. But I'm from over here, right here in these parts in the South Boogie Down Bronx. Right. Born, bred, raised, and lived in different parts, but this is my home. And I can tell the difference by the population, and the statuses. And we always talking about this, right? And there's poor, there's a po, and then there's poor, and then because there ain't nothing worse than po, and then there's poor, and then there's living, working class, stuff like that, right? Now, if you just walk like 1,000 feet outside of this station, you go down the block, they put up these skyscrapers that were supposed to be for people that lived at a certain bracket, right? Of they were gonna divide these buildings, and like the first 10 floors are people that are under the cost of living and need assistance, and then from the 11th floor up to the 20th, it was gonna be the working class, and then from the 20th to the 40th, it was gonna be these middle class, upper class people. In fact, now that was the plan, and with the community boards and all. But when you go over here now and you check out the rents, it's starting at $4,500 a month. And this is the same thing that happened in the Lower East Side, and the same thing that happened in Williamsburg and downtown by the Navy Yard in Brooklyn. And it continues to happen through Queens and everywhere. Gentrification. In the 70s, there was something called the white flight where Caucasian people left the city and went up to where, Orange County, Rockland and all. Now it's reversing, right? It's happening now that the Jewish community is getting into so much chaos out here in the city for the past several years. They're going up by Woodbury Commons, and they bought up a whole community of about 75 buildings that look like the New Future projects.
Yeah, but there's also reasons behind that. Number one, the community board meetings that they actually have when they start discussing bringing certain projects into the neighborhoods, the people in the community have to start bringing in neighborhoods congested with toxic and inexpensive food establishments. That's very true. Shout out to the Minty Men. But yes, like has it been discussed before? Like, there's town hall meetings, there's meetings that go on in these neighborhoods. And granted, because I had a discussion about it before, a lot of the times when they hold these meetings, a lot of people are coming in from work, so they can't, a lot of them, they're not even interested in going to these town board meetings or whatever you would call it. But this is where the decisions are being made of what's being put into your neighborhoods.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and also the crime, the violence, the crime, because once you have the crime element rise, the property decreases. You know what I'm saying?
The value,
The value of the property decreases, so people could come in with and bid. You know what I'm saying, and buy up the property and elevate it. You know what I'm saying? So that a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, is something that has to be manifest within, that we can actually control ourselves. You know what I'm saying, with the proper education.
Right on. And that's some wise words from DAVON Franklin, because you already know each and every week we give you some jewels on different aspects. Usually we will go through the gauntlet of what's going through the week, but the NBA right now is numbering down, and the top teams that are already in the playoffs are in, and the guys that are trying to play in tonight, the Lakers are one of those teams. Let's see if LeBron is going to be, or is he going to be with AD. The rest of the teams, remember I said before the Timberwolves a long time ago, and you was like, nah.
Yeah.
They're in. Yeah. They're about to play, and we could see what happens there. Maybe a good prediction, and if that happens, then I'll be willing to take them all the way. I said they would get to the playoffs, but now I take them all the way. All right. So aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the week, like I said, is going to be bipolar, but dress appropriately. Don't think because the sun is out, it's good for you to not walk with a light jacket or a sweater. This is the type of weather that you will start getting sick. People are getting sinuses because of allergies. All the trees and flowers are blooming. So be cognizant. Always have, over-the-counter medication with you so you don't catch a fit somewhere. And people that suffer from asthma, also have your nebulizers and all your types of medications necessary. Be cognizant of that. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to come back with our guest of the evening. That's right. He's going to talk to you about what it is to be a stylist, because barber is just a term for people that, cut hair. But when you're a stylist, you profess. So we're going to have a professor of barbering here. So get that into your brain when you style with X-Tremitiez ENT on our Access Radio with DAVON Franklin,
Jose Rivera.
Let's go.
Video by the directors.
You like it when I touch it, girl. You always seem to lose control. Get it up, I put you down. Love it when you make that sound. Places, there's so many places. I want you right now, so let's get naked. Faces, you make so many faces. I want you again, don't keep me waiting. Cause I'm gon' turn your body on, gon' never wanna turn down. Any way you want it, baby girl, it all goes down. Get it up, I put you down. Places. What if I told you there's no limits to what we do, where we do it, how we it all goes down. No limits, girl. Just tell me how you want it, and you know that I'ma put it down. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? Seem to get enough. Your body's craving like a drug. Love the way I put it down. I got neighbors, let them hear the sound. Oh, take it. I hope that you can take it. Switch positions, girl, let's get creative. Taste it, I just wanna taste it. Damn, I'm gonna eat until I'm suffocating. What if I told you there's no limit? No limit. What we do, where we do it, how it all goes down. No limit, no limit. Just tell me how you want it, girl. And I'm gonna put it down. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limit, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? Back begging me to go deeper, and it got you so wet. Why your body's getting weaker? Anywhere we are, baby, I perform. Just tell me what you want, baby, and it's yours. You love it when I take my time, satisfy all your cravings. When I blow your mind, I'm gonna keep your heart racing. Tonight's the night, it's gonna be right. Take you so high, lasting all night. Oh, what we do, where we do it, how it all goes down. No limit, no limits. Just tell me how you want it, girl. And I'm gonna put it down. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits? No limits, no limits. What if I told you there's no limits?
We live worldwide, X-Tremitiez ENT on our Access Radio. You already know DAVON Franklin,
Jose Rivera,
and with our guest of the evening, the one and only Steve Cartier, the barber.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for having me here today. It's truly an honor and a blessing to be here. So thank you guys, X-Tremitiez ENT, Access Radio. Shout out to you guys for having me in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You already know. So, let the world know, since this is Real Talk Radio, who you are, where you came from, and what is it that we're going to be discussing today in regards to your craft. But then also, you're a pretty smart individual when we have conversations, and some of the issues that DAVON and I were speaking about, we're going to touch on that way after, because right now it's all about Steve Cartier. Let's go.
So a little bit about me. I'm originally from the Bronx, right here, BX. Gun Hill Road is where I grew up at. Shout out Gun Hill, 200 block. You already know what time it is. Yeah, man, I was honestly always fascinated with barbering, like genuinely fascinated. I had no problem sitting in the barbershop for hours on end, just watching people get their hair cut, helping. Like, there was a barbershop around the corner from my neighborhood that this older black dude, he used to own it. I remember he had long hair. They used to have an arcade in there, and it was just him. He had one barber before, but like the dude was sketchy, so like it was mostly just him. I used to go there, hang out sometimes after school, sweep up for him, watch him cut hair, play the arcade. Sometimes he would set up the arcade to where I could play for free. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was entertaining for me. And then it kind of just like eventually in my teen years, it kind of just grew into a hobby. And, I never really looked at it as something as I would do as an actual serious career, because back in the days where like barbering was looked at as a side gig. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you know, you keep your main job, make your pension, do your time, retire, but you side gig as a barber just to make some extra cash. But you know, like over the years, I kind of just grew to love it. I was never in a barbershop in the city here in the Bronx. I was always just me and my boys. Like I would cut for them, and you know what I'm saying. If we were going out, we would just get freshened up. But like, yo, I got you guys. Just spark me up. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't until I moved to Orange County and I was living in New Windsor, New York. I was like in between jobs. So my father was getting his haircuts at this barbershop called Victor's Barbershop in Newburgh, New York. So being in between jobs, my pop talked to the dude. He was like, "Oh, my son cuts hair." So he was like, "Oh, have him come in and work for me." And so I did. I worked for him for a few months. I was straight up commission based. So it was, 50-50. So if I made $150 in a day, guess what? I was only going home with 75. And I'll tell you what, as a barber, it's kind of like the worst feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing that you're not leaving with all that money that you just made. Right. And at that time, haircuts were like $15-$20. It's nothing like it is now. Yeah. So, after that, I just kind of wasn't feeling it. I wound up meeting this guy whose hair I was cutting. He owned his own construction company. I started working for him for like, I want to say 1.5 years, almost 2 years. Okay. Good dude outside of work. It was a pain in the ass to work for, to be honest. Like, it was just, it was complication after complication. And in the midst of that, my boy, shout out Royal Cuts, Ralphie, I see you. My boy from Royal Cuts, Ralphie, he reached out to me. I didn't know him at the time. We grew to, know each other over the years. But he reached out to me on Instagram and he was like, "Yo, I've seen your work and I've heard about you. I want to talk business with you about you possibly coming to work for my shop." And, at the time I was working 16, 17 hours, bro. Sometimes I get home 2-3:30 in the morning and have to be back at work by 5:30. I wasn't caring about nothing. My days off, I wasn't trying to talk to nobody. My phone was off. Like, it just was not happening like that. So, fast forward, I wind up, we were having a big birthday celebration for my pops and myself. It was my 30th. It was his 55th. So it was like kind of a dual party. Right. And I wound up running into my barber who I worked with at Victor's, and he was actually working at Royal Cuts. So me, my brothers, we all went over there for a haircut. We had a whole big thing planned. It was like supposed to be a surprise for my pops. I knew about it, but it was a surprise for him. It was Cuban style theme. We were supposed to do it a certain way. And for the most part, it went down, but like things happened in between that was just, you wouldn't even think. We got into a crazy car accident. It was wicked. But everybody was okay. We still went out and we still had a good time. Yeah. So I met Ralphie that day and, kind of just told him that I'm getting ready to leave this place and I'm willing to come work for you. And that was really the birth of my career. Like starting to work with Ralphie was where I started to take barbering seriously. I started to take barbering as what it was. It was a real industry. It wasn't just this world of people who are doing this as a side gig. For some people, it might have been. Right. For some people, it still is. Right. But for me, I started to look at it as I could really make something of this. So I really started to dive in. I started watching videos, tutorials. And it wasn't because I didn't know how to cut hair. It was because I knew how to cut hair, but I wanted to be proficient at it. I wanted to be putting out as much consistency as far as my cut quality is concerned that people can never question the integrity of my work. So they have no choice but to come back, because even if you leave and go somewhere else, I want to be that guy that be like, "Damn, yo, nobody cuts my hair like Steve." Like, I wanted to be that guy. So I worked my ass off, man. I studied every single barber that was in the shop, because at that time I was around nothing but skilled barbers, guys who knew how to do designs, crazy designs. I'm talking about stuff you paying $150 for a cut. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the type of levels, and dudes wasn't even paying that. Like at that time, they were only paying for a crazy design cut. It was only like what, $40-$50 maybe, if that. So like, I didn't know how to do designs. I didn't know how to cut with scissors.
Right.
I didn't know that there was a difference in the scissors that you cut with. I didn't know the difference between texturing shears or blending shears or any of that. I didn't know what point cutting was. I didn't know what straight edge cutting was. I didn't know nothing about that. So and it's crazy because you think about it and you start to like, well, what the heck is he talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
if you're not in the industry, you're not really gonna know. So I took all that information and I just made it my own in my own way. Like there's specific ways to do things, but there's always another way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's always there's the right way and then there's your way.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you take what you learn from the right way and you make it yours. If you're around nothing but skilled barbers, you have no choice but to grow. And if you don't grow, it's because you're not applying what you're seeing or you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
See, people get. I worked with a lot of young kids over the years working at Royal Cuts because Ralphie used to hire young kids that were in the barbering program and NFA up there, Newburgh Free Academy. Shout out NFA Barbering, love you guys. So we got a lot of young guys from there. So I used to tell them the same thing all the time. Like you know, like if you guys really want to grow, get next to a barber who's more skilled than you, because your only choice is to grow from that.
Yeah, that's pretty much with anything in life. If
Yeah.
you want to get better, you got get to somebody that has that level that you want to get to, and then try to exceed it. So,
Yeah.
for sure.
Listen, there's a saying that goes, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're just as dumb as everybody else in that room.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get anything from that. If you're smarter than everybody that you're around, how are you going to learn anything?
That's a fact.
And as far as anything goes, whether it be life or in the industry of barbering, like you have to remain teachable, especially in this industry. I tell these kids all the time, like, if you get to a point where you feel like you're too good to learn anything, you will never grow from where you're at. You're going to stay stagnant. You're going to be right there for the rest of your life until you shift your mindset and be like, you know what? I know there's more for me to learn out there. So let me go get it.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm still in that process. Like, I feel like I haven't even touched a fraction of where I want to be in this industry. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy that's sitting behind the chair his whole life. I don't want to be that guy that just goes to the barbering events. And let me tell you guys, if you've never been to a barbering convention, if not for anything, just go to see how vast and how crazy the barbering industry really is. Like, you got people that are doing amazing things. You got people that are going and traveling around the world, teaching other barbers in other countries. You know what I'm saying? People who have their products. Pacino, shout out to Pacino's. Pacino's, he started in the city. He started in New York City in one of the 5, I think it was in Queens, in one of the 5 boroughs. I'm not 100% sure. This man has his products in almost every major retail store, Walmart, Target. This dude flies private everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Owns multiple cars. Not to say that that's what I want, but if someone who started out as a barber can get to that level in the barbering industry, in the hair care industry, in the stylist industry, as you said, because that's what it is, you're a stylist. You're a barber stylist. You know what I'm saying? So if that man can reach that plateau, if all these guys who go over there and give seminars and give teaching classes and doing all these things, if they can reach those plateaus, why can't anybody else? Why can't your local barber from the Bronx or your local barber from Newburgh or Poughkeepsie or wherever you coming from, why can't you do it? It's about you. It's about putting the legwork in. It's about networking with the right people. Look at me here right now. ask me if I ever thought I was going to be on any podcast or radio show or anything like that. And here I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
this in and of itself is an opportunity to be able to grow and gain a different viewing of me as a barber. You know, being able to give people insight into what my world has been as far as my career is concerned, because it's an uphill battle, man. I went from making $1,000 a week to barely making $500 a week to now where I'm making close to $2,000 a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's a difference in how you grow yourself in the industry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. And if you're going to stay around people that are not going to help you grow, you're going to stay around people that want to take from you more than they want to give to you, you're only holding yourself back. Sometimes you got to learn when to walk away from things.
On that note, let's take a quick short commercial break and come back and talk a little bit more with Steve the Barber. That's right, Barber Lifestyle. I'm loving the graphics.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to all the barbershops out there.
know.
You heard Fat Joe say one time on a barbershop interview when he said, yo, everybody can't do what you do in your crew. Everybody can't be you. You need different people in categories. A rapper, a barber, a bodyguard, you know what I'm saying, a teacher, a manicurist, a pedicurist. Notice I said different because they'll have one of each. A person that rolls your stuff, a person that buys your food. If you're good at what you do at anything, is what he's saying, then profess it to the point that you can win. Not just monetary, but just win and be fulfilled. We'll be back and after this video. Big Al's going to throw on right quick and some promotion and come back and continue talking with Steve Cartier, the barber.
Yes, sir.
All
yes,
right.
sir.
Davon Franklin.
Jose Rivera.
On X-Tremitiez ENT.
No se vuelve a enamorar.
Explícale, Junior.
Dice que no se vuelve a enamorar. Dice la niña que no va por mí. Ay, porque no la supe respetar. Ya no tengo la malla que ella conoció. Ahí dice que me toca cambiar, que me concentre y vuelva a ser yo. Ay, ella dice que yo hago más, pero lo de nosotros nunca funcionó. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, sin ti. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, sin ti.
Oye la mía, yo estoy pa' mi loquera. Yo estoy pa' mi locura. Porque no estoy pensando en cagar. Que yo soy figura. Hoy voy a coger la pista. Toma mucha cerveza. Lo trago mano arriba. Que ahora es que esto empieza.
Así que no se vuelve a enamorar. Dice la niña que no va por mí. Ay, porque no la supe respetar. Ya no tengo la malla que ella conoció. Ahí dice que me toca cambiar, que me concentre y vuelva a ser yo. Ay, ella dice que yo hago más, pero lo de nosotros nunca funcionó. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, sin ti. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, sin ti. Ella tu cama no me llama, tu cuerpo ya no me interesa. Muchacha, sigue con tu drama, que tú estás mal de la cabeza. Oye, ya no estás en mi cama, porque para tenerlo todo, hay que vivir sin nada. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti. Venga, va, sin ti. Vamos allá. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, sin ti.
Mira, mira. Música cubana de verdad. Música cubana para que aprenda. Ahora que pase lo que pase. Ahora que venga lo que venga.
A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, sin ti. A mí me va mejor, a mí me va mejor sin ti, a mí me va mejor sin ti.
Yo te lo dije. Junior Mami. De la casa de Jerry, tú sabes. Isaír, fenomenal. Calle Renco.
decade.
Out in Calle Ocho where Davon Franklin went last year, and he was just telling me that he knows what all the hype is about out there. Speak a little bit about it. What you was just saying, that you on a plane and what you already
Oh
know
yeah,
what.
you see you see the hype as soon as you fly into the airport, man. It's like the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. If you've never been to Miami, make sure you take a visit, man. Take a trip
Oh yeah,
down there.
Miami's real nice.
Oh man, I'm the only one here that only
Never
took a.
been?
No, listen, I went like this in the airport, the sliding door, and like that. I've been every state around Miami, Florida, even been to
Bro, I drove there.
basically everywhere in Florida except for Miami
I drove there.
and the Keys.
That was brutal.
Oh yeah. Because deceptively, Florida is a big state.
It is.
It's
It really is.
It's a very
It
big
really
state
is.
moving through. So yeah,
It really is. I stopped in Tampa first, and Miami was 4 hours from Tampa.
Yeah, and it's a long time. It's a long way to get to Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
From start to like.
Yeah. From up there, from the
All
Bronx.
you people with the Brady
It's
on the side
crazy.
of the building.
I know, right?
Big Tom Brady on the side of the building. I got there and I was like, "What is this?" It was like, "He's God." I was like, "What?" Get the fuck-
Listen, it be like that sometimes.
Oh man, so we're here with the barber himself, Steve Cartier. That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
Stylist, because that's what he is. He's a pure stylist, and like you heard him say different terms, you heard the jargon, and you heard his mental skills, and we're gonna talk about differences and same frame of thinking that people have in the world. Like Davon and I have these conversations about things that are going on and where are people's minds at right now. As you heard earlier when we was doing some segments on news and world stuff that's going on, you being in the position you're in, you have a wide range of customers.
Mm-hmm.
You have different types of topics that come across your seat, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Personalities. You have
to say the least.
Right. You have people that come at you with the quote unquote normal, boring lives to people that suffer from mental illness.
Yeah.
People who suffer from alcoholism.
Mhm.
People who are traumatized because you have to have some type of spiritual intellect doing what you do, because you get vibrations.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And once you cut, you feel their energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, you feel the person's energy from the moment they walk in the door. Like if you're really in tune with spiritual energy and energy in general, like if you're an energetic person and you're in tune with that side of yourself, you're gonna feel that person's energy as soon as you walk in the door. So you'll know, like, all right, I got a good one today, or oh man, this is gonna be brutal. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes, like honestly, clients don't always want to talk. Sometimes they just want to sit there and get their hair cut. They may be going through something there. I've had clients that regularly talk to me on a regular basis.
Right.
And they'll come in stressed out, and I'll be like, yo, you good? Yeah, man, I'm all right. I'm just having a rough day. All right, bro. And I know right from there, all right, I'm not even going to really say too much. I'm just going to keep it casual. If he says something, I'll respond. You gotta be able to read the person. Definitely.
So I've always told everybody that, that's my therapy. And people don't know that, going back to the old Wild West days when they used to just cut with the razor sharp, barbers are the first original therapists.
Fact.
And that was a man's getaway, because that is what women call their self-care. That was self-care for us.
Mm-hmm.
Going way back when you
stylist,
right, the stylist would be like, yo, where you going? The barbershop turn came in later.
Yeah,
it was always to the stylist.
Yep.
Right. And you would come out looking like $1 million. I don't care how dingy, dirty looking you were for months. The minute you came out of there, you look like $1 million.
That's it.
And I tell you what, nothing makes you feel good than coming out after a fresh cut.
Oh yeah.
You feel on top of the world.
No, that's very true.
Cut, so, yeah,
that's very true. I tell people all the time, a haircut will make or break your week.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, lately people are saying, okay, what look you going for now? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, what's this on your face? And I'm like, this is something that I'm gonna change and
That's
you know, I'm metamorphosis.
Listen.
It's like you're starting to look like Pablo Escobar. And I was like, okay.
That man had a lot of money.
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
power.
Yeah.
That's not a diss, it's kind of a compliment.
Exactly, because if you look at the 40 degrees of power,
There you go.
he basically hit 39.9%
There you
of
go.
it. You know, so I take that as a compliment. And then they say, all right, Benicio del Toro, all right. He's an actor that gets
There you
paid.
go.
But you know what? The thing is that I'm not just a one-track person. And when I put myself in the barber seat, I put myself in several times where I've regretted it. And there's times that I told Steve, yo, I got to look right now. The last time I was faded, I was nice, and then this guy in Castle Hill went and messed my stuff up, and I haven't cut my hair since. So I said, yo, I want to grow this right here. So he just lined it up, made it right, and it's gonna grow in, and now I'm gonna look different because it makes me feel right.
That's it.
You know,
and
once
that's all
I
that
got
matters.
home, I got the whoa. I haven't gotten the whoa in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
It was like,
That's what I live for.
It was like, what, I like this. And I was like, word? It was like, yeah, you don't look like a clean-cut cop no more. And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God. You know, because everybody would call me cop. You know, every time we go places, they'd be like, yo, Davon, you good, but who this? Oh, man. But, you know, your expertise is like you said, it's gonna make you or break you for your week.
Mhm.
Now, I see that as a form of self-esteem as well, because you know, you'll take someone that's going for their prom picture, that's had like that crazy look all year, and they want to hurt something. I'm not even gonna say the term, but you know, hurt something up the school, you know,
Yeah.
or and you've also had people that went somewhere and had a terrible job done to them.
Oh my
You ever
God!
had to reconstruct?
Just recently. That's funny that you even say that. Probably about 3 weeks ago, it was a Sunday, and you know what I'm saying. Like I go in every so often on a Sunday. Usually, if I feel like taking it off, I'll take off. But we went in on a Sunday. Whatever, it was a good Sunday. It was busy, and my boy was there. He was giving me a haircut because we were already done for the day. Shop was basically closed. This kid walks in, like 20-some years old. And my boy goes, he goes to the back. He was like, yeah, let me go let him know that we're closed or whatever. And like I hear him talking to the dude, and like 2 seconds later, he was like, hold on, Steve, I think we got a situation here. I'm like, oh man, here we go. So he brings the guy in, and it was an atrocity. It was a crime against humanity. Whoever did this to this poor child, like, my heart hurt for him. I was ready to cut him, like fix him up right then and there. But I asked him, I was like, yo, you mind if I finish getting my cut or whatever the case may be? If you got time, I got you after. So he was sitting there, and you know, time was coming by, and he had to go somewhere or whatever. So told him, I'm like, yo, come back on Monday. I got you. I'll come in just for you. So he came back. I fixed him up or whatever the case. But bro, when I tell you, he showed me the picture. Okay, so it was a mid skin fade in the picture with what we call a texture cut on top.
Right.
So, you know, it's kind of like where the hair, it's not exactly cut straight like when you normally cut it just straight on. It's more of a what we call point cutting, which kind of layers the hair.
Okay.
So it gives us this nice texture when you frizz up the hair. It gives it a real nice textured look, and like it kind of looks like forward going spikes almost, but laid down in a way to where it suits the person's hair. Don't we have a clip of doing the thing? Me?
No. We got just a picture of.
Yeah, we got a picture of me doing something.
Yeah, you got a picture.
But that wasn't. It was just an edge up.
Gotcha.
But no. So it was nothing like that. He gave him a high skin fade all the way up. This right here, the corners, gone, bro. It was like this. It was like maybe a quarter of an inch left on it.
Okay.
So and the skin fade was decent, but it was not. So, you know, like the most I was able to do for him, I told him, bro, I could, you know what I'm saying? I could cut your hair down to where it lays evenly. And the best thing I could tell you to do is let your hair grow out for like another month and a half, and then come see me and we'll do this the right way. You know, but what's funny is he sent his brother to come and get a haircut from me. So, you know, it's crazy how things work.
Right. Oh, yeah, networking, your craft, it rubs off, you save somebody.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen, just between me and you guys and everybody else that knows me, I've always wanted to get a sticker that says urgent care so I can put it on my mirror. So I swear to God, if you need help and you need your life saved, holler at me, Cartier the Barber. I will save your life.
All right. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, Cartier the Barber. But we're going to ask him a quick thing right quick before we get into closing out the show. I know you like to sing.
I do. I definitely do.
What type of stuff do you do?
R&B mostly. I try to focus my love in R&B. Well, I can't say I try to focus my love in R&B. I love R&B. 90s R&B, early 2000s. That's where it's at for me.
Okay, inspirations?
Wow. Stevie Wonder, Usher, Gladys Knight, Michael Jackson, Al Green, Temptations.
Let us hear a little snippet or something.
Why? Why would you?
No, just a little fun stuff, because I know you be rocking out the karaoke bars in the city. You be having everybody going crazy.
Why did I know you were going to do this to me? I knew you were going to do
this is real talk radio. They all knows I got to always sneak something in. Something like.
Jesus. Ooh. Trying to think. When people do this, so many songs go through my head.
Just pick something light.
Okay. It's a little snippet of the verse from Ordinary People. Girl, I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon. Past the infatuation phase. Right in the thick of love. At times we get sick of love. Seems like we argue every day. I know I misbehave and you've made your mistakes, and we both still got room left to grow. And though love sometimes hurts, I still put you first, and we'll make this thing work. But I think we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people. All right, that's all you guys get.
There ain't no.
Yes, sir.
Steve Cartier, a.k.a. Cartier the Barber, on Extremities ENT. He doesn't only just style. He hits you with them freestyles as well. Watch your girl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know, each and every week we give you the greatest things, from Jamie's Health is Wealth to Davon's Pick of the Week and current events with Jose. And as you see, we have guests coming in studio to the station itself. If you ever interested on an interview in person or remote, just let us know. Hit up ouraccessradio.com, where they have a plethora amount of shows. We have other shows here that are just as phenomenal. That's right, from Sundays through Saturdays. You don't know what day you just might pick up something that may attract your attention. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, because we are on a worldwide basis, because there's no limit to what we do. Extremities ENT on Our Access Radio. You already know Davon Franklin, Jose Rivera, along with Jamie Sanders and Stephen Cartier, a.k.a. Cartier the Barber, doing big things.
Yeah.
Do your shout-outs right quick.
Shout-outs to Pure Skills Barbershop. Chris, I love you guys. Shout out to Royal Cuts Barbershop. Rafi, I love you guys. Shout out to all the young fellas that have worked with us over the years. I love you guys too, and I hope you guys keep doing your thing. Follow me on Instagram at Cartier the Barber, Cartier_the Barber, just for record. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Davon.
Close out. Hey, live, love life. Take care of each other, people.
If I learned something more today than I did yesterday, then it wasn't a day wasted a life. Catch us each and every Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, on the Extremities ENT podcast on our Access Radio, where we give you the current events on everything that you need. Davon's Picks of the Week, and Jamie Sanders' Health is Wealth, because you know we are good when you look at us. You ain't gotta like me, but you're gonna love me, because I love you. You already know. You ready?
I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. I came to lift my voice. I came to lift my voice. To declare and proclaim. To declare and proclaim that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. I came to lift my voice. I came to lift my voice. To declare and proclaim. To declare and proclaim that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through His Son, Jesus. No one can come to the Father except through His Son, Jesus. I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. I came to lift my voice. I came to lift my voice. Declare and proclaim. To declare and proclaim that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. I came to lift my voice. I came to lift my voice. To declare and proclaim. To declare and proclaim Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Say no one can come to the Father except through His Son, Jesus. No one can come to the Father except through His Son, Jesus. There's no other way, no other way. No one can come to the Father except through His Son, Jesus. It's gotta be through Jesus. Say no one can come to the Father. Gotta be, His Son, Jesus. Oh, I came to clap my hands. I came to clap my hands. I came to lift my voice. I came to lift my voice. To declare and proclaim. To declare and proclaim that Jesus is the way, the truth, and your voice. Lift your voice and declare it. Lift your voice and proclaim it. Lift your voice and shout it. Jesus is the way. He is the only way, the truth, and the life. Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. Everybody say Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. In Him you will have Yeshua. Oh, Yeshua. And freedom. He is the only way. Jesus. Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. Say Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. In Him you will have only in Him, only in Him, and freedom. He is the only way. Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. I came to proclaim it. Jesus is the only way. I came to declare it. If you need salvation, He is the only way. For your healing, it's in His name. Oh, Jesus. Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. If you need joy, He is the only way. Deliver us. He is the only way. It's only in Jesus. It's only in Jesus. In Him you will have. It's only in Jesus. He is the only way.